yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Gosh damn.
You guys, welcome to the Minorities versus Priorities podcast. This is a brand new podcast, episode 1, or the pilot podcast. We don't know how this shit's gonna go yet. We've already had technical errors all day.
We know how it's gonna go. We're just hoping for better.
So, how you been?
Doing good. I feel like I haven't seen you out in a long time.
I know. I don't really go out like that anymore. I've just fucking been losing weight and trying to be on my personal development.
I didn't want to I'm on personal development too. I like that. It's kind of corny. I don't want to talk about it because it's kind of embarrassing. But
see, but that's crazy that personal development, like the best part of transforming your life, is like corny. But it is though.
You agree? Like
it is.
You don't be
Yeah,
like, yo, man, shit.
Yeah, shit. I'm just elevated, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set my standards and my self-image is good.
I'm working on my self-discipline. Like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that shit's corny though.
It's corny. People will be like, where the bitches?
Yeah.
Like, hey, man.
Why aren't you at the club? That shit sounds like shit.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I mean,
you're like actually happy losing weight and like waking up early enough. Like that's embarrassing to talk about. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, but you look like you've. I didn't want to bring it up, but you said you lost a couple pounds.
Close to we hitting 40. I think I might hit 40 this week.
You're losing my age. am I older than your dad? That's not a question.
Don't crack, you know what I mean?
You ain't seen my uncles on crack. Yeah, just joking, uncle.
Shit.
Some of them. You're like, it's heroin, not crack.
Oh shit. So let's get into the news.
Let's get into your weight, man. What's up, man? You lost 40 pounds?
Honestly, it's been 3 things. Mm-hmm. It's been fasting. Mm-hmm. It's been fucking eating clean. And it's crazy because everyone, and I saw this fucking post. It was like, in today's society, eating good food is considered dieting. And that shit's insane to me. That's just like, because now that I'm eating clean, the fattening food doesn't feel so like enticing anymore. Like it kind of just like, I don't want to feel like shit. Why would I eat that?
Yeah, I've lost.
But you get so used to eating clean and shit.
I buckled down on my diet. And by diet now, I don't even call it diet anymore. I almost call it like a way of life. Because it's kind of like, I don't feel like, diets, I'll lose. But this is like the new me. Yeah, man. When you get diagnosed with pre-diabetes, that ain't a diet anymore. That's like new habits.
Yeah, no, yeah, for
like
sure.
I have to live this way now because like
or I have to shoot myself in the ass every fucking day.
I don't know. I think you're getting boofing and diabetes.
No, isn't that what you do when you have diabetes? You have
if you want to like get
in the
like high real good, you go up your butt. I heard.
I'm not saying up your ass. I'm saying in your ass. Like anyways. No, but you look good.
I lost 5 pounds over the last like 2 or 3 weeks, and like I just cut the carbs.
Yeah.
Like, I probably won't. That's
the third thing I was doing. Cutting carbs.
I won't go to carbs or sugar, and with the pre-diabetes stuff, they're like no more salt.
I'm a sweet tooth fanatic, so I just been going to Sprouts and getting like like keto shit, like keto ice cream and shit like that.
That sounds corny, bro. Now I don't want to hear about your personal development.
See, and this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Your personal development
is corny. Mm-hmm. Anyways.
You know what? It doesn't taste far off. That was a gluten-free spaghetti. Well, you know me and spaghetti, I love it. But that, once I hit carbs now, bro.
Yeah.
One time I fell asleep in my car after I had spaghetti. So I knew at that point.
That's what pasta and bread does. Mm-hmm. It puts you right to sleep. And that is the worst way to lose weight. It's because all that shit, your body doesn't process none of it. It turns into fat.
Really?
Quick. Yeah.
Well, at first I thought, like, I'll just go to wheat. And I was like, man, I still feel sleepy.
Yeah.
But not as bad as white. But then I have gluten, because I remember I was making fun of, I don't think I have gluten allergies. But I think my body still reacts to not putting me to sleep with gluten. And I remember Rob was like, always like, I'm gluten, bro. And we didn't believe him until he like got hives and shit. Yeah. But like, I'm embarrassed, but like, it's gluten is kind of the where it's at right now. Yeah. And I'm not angry at it at all. It's just, it's kind of corny to be like, yo, homie, give me some ribs. Give me a rib sandwich. With extra barbecue
that's the embarrassing part is because like if I want to go to like Taco Bell or a fast food spot, I bring my own tortilla. I just like.
Bro, but don't act like bringing your own tortilla is gonna be good if you go to Taco Bell. It's not. I'm sorry, bro. There ain't no nine out there making gluten-free tortillas out there.
The point is, we're both healthy now, right?
Healthier, bro. Like I haven't gotten the keto.
When we shot that 2020 podcast, I don't know if me and you were both in the best health place.
Bro, I've lost 25 pounds since then. That's crazy to think. I know it was bad Zach was all. you're getting kind of healthy. And when you hear that, you're kind of like, damn, you said that. But then you like, when you're fat and you're looking back, you're like, damn, why didn't somebody tell me, man? Like, because you don't know, you're just out there.
You're just living life, and no one's really gonna tell you that unless they're your close friend. Like, yo, you're getting kind of big.
No matter how close you are, if you tell me I'm fat, I'm probably gonna like try to pop. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yo, bro, so are you. You better look like Tyson Bedford. Yeah, or something.
If you're gonna tell me I'm fat.
If you're gonna tell me fat, bro, you better look like Usher.
Weird comparison.
I know, like Usher or some stud muffin.
Yo, so you're back. You're back at Congress.
Yeah,
I'm excited that since 2020. The club scene has just kind of died off for me, and I don't really like it. And last time we talked about this, you told me I was fucking licking your nuts, so I'm not gonna fucking prop you up like I want to. But yo, just one of the most versatile DJs that plays everything. So if you're a music lover, Congress on Saturdays now, and also Fridays with Pico. Is gonna be fire. I'm fucking excited for that shit.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, man, to be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's great. It's an uphill form, man. It's not like it was back then. There's different music styles. Like, I wonder, like, if our generation, if our music loving friends are still out there. And so we have to like actually contact them and let them know that we're going to give them a product that is going to be
undeniable.
Yeah, undeniable and consistent.
Yeah.
And like a lot of clubs I don't think have consistency right now. Like there's politics going on in that, but if we could just make it consistent, I think that people would like to come back out. I'm hoping, man. Like I said, I don't, I'm kind of behind on the Latin music and the Afro beats, and let's be real, it's huge right now.
Yeah. I mean, shit, since we're getting into that, you want to get into music? Or are you still in Congress?
I mean, I just want to, I don't want you like rushing me. Can I talk, bro? Like, can I ask you a question? Like,
no, see, but last time I did this, you said I was sucking your nuts, so I'm just trying.
Well, I'm just saying you can hold my jock strap, but like, don't like, if you
see, this is why I don't like. This is why you can't compliment your homies. This is why you can't do that shit.
Because when your homie compliments you that hates on you, there's something behind it. Like you need to borrow something. Like you need something from me. Like I ain't stupid, dog. Like none of my friends be like, like if I was to have all my friends and be like, yo, who's the better DJ? All my friends would be like, me. You're like, who's the fastest? Dave would be like, man, I'll shoot, like if I got out, like you would be like, coming down the hill, man, I'm a little heavier than you, I'm gonna have more momentum. So yeah, man, anytime your friends give you a compliment, man, it's come sideways. So.
But so Congress used to be a place where you would just go into, and it's like, it was never the same. It was never the same. The music. There was never a rotation of music, which is super popular now because everyone's kind of power mixing. With Congress, it was always like, I don't want to just say Congress. Salute to Congress, but I don't want to just say Congress. You DJing at Congress was always you gauging the crowd, and if you weren't part of that majority, you had to rock with the majority because, listen, that majority is going to dance their fucking ass off, and if you don't adapt, then you can find somewhere like that is more suitable to you, but you palette it just enough for everyone to enjoy that shit, which I'm excited about that because I'm excited to listen to music that's not the same shit at clubs over and over and over.
These power sets. Yeah, I think at Congress, I've always felt like majority rules.
Yeah.
And like if it's mostly Latin, majority rules. They're out. Like, why am I going to push these people away? I got to figure out how to make everyone happy. And, COVID was just a big time. And props to Congress for doing the right thing during COVID. Correct? Like, remember they were actually the ones with the stations for sanitation and being like, yo, we're gonna scale back. Like, we just can't have this all out party right now.
Yeah.
And I think some of that also like kicked them in the ass on the back end. Let's be real. Like all the places that actually took COVID serious and precautions are kind of were hurting.
We were talking about earlier how like the quality of everything is now taken out because of COVID and everyone cutting costs. So now it's like you'll go to a restaurant and it's like paper plates or plastic shit. And that has somehow transitioned into nightlife to where it's like, yo, only play what works. And if it doesn't work, then just keep fucking playing the same thing.
Yeah.
Or if you're not gonna play reggaeton, switch to hip hop. There's no like in between. There's no like, and it's weird because just quality in general doesn't feel the same. So that's why I'm excited for fucking Congress on Saturdays to come back, because
and just hear things like mixing. Like,
yeah,
who would have thought like one day, like, man, I just want to hear DJ mix. That train wreck.
That's hate.
I'm a little nervous though. And let's be right, I'm not the most relevant out there because I'm not out there engaging with these people that are DJing. So
you don't play the politics.
Yeah, I'm not doing the politics. I'm also not like out there with them. So I sometimes get the stereotype that I'm outdated in a weird way, and I'm like, dog, like how am I outdated?
But it's by adapting to who's in the building. It's not like
and it was like, dog, like I remember when I was the first one playing trap back in the day, and I remember it was a huge deal when like I'm in Love with the Coco was playing, and every other place had to play the remix version of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't doing that, dog. I'm playing the one with the cuss words. They're dropping in-bombs left and right. I'm blowing people up. I got white people saying in-bomb left and right. Party's cracking. Like, and I'm coming up with Uber everywhere. Yeah. And I'm about to get it lit, dog. Yeah. And I remember those times, and it was a good time. And I heard I was outdated one time, and I'm a little bitter about that. I won't lie, I'm a little bitter about that. But I'm also lying that I'm not big into the reggaeton Latin music scene right now. Yeah. And that's huge. And that ain't going anywhere. And it should have been here 15 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm nervous about that.
When they were trying to boot you out of doing this shit, now it's like, if you don't play it, you gotta go.
I remember like when Selena was about as Mexican as I can get. In Latin, to like broaden over the fact that we needed Latin music, I had to play Pitbull once every 15 minutes. In a funny way, like people play like Bad Bunny every 15 minutes. Yeah. That was the way I used to have to do Pitbull.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I totally understand it. Remember when Drake and Lil Wayne had their once every 15 minute times? Damn. Here's a question for you. This is off. I have two questions for you.
What?
The first question is pre-COVID, what was a better night? Mondays at Congress, Saturdays at Congress, or Sundays at Highwire?
Sundays.
Why'd you say it so fast? Like it's not even a doubt? Like
it's not even a doubt. It's not a doubt because I can't speak for everyone, but you're asking me personally.
I'm asking you. Yeah, I'm asking you. And the results were there. It's not like you were the only one. There,
but that was, as a music lover, right? Mm-hmm. Listening to R&B usually means you're trying to kill the crowd the last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You're trying to get them to wind down and get their last drinks, get sorted out, and fucking let them mac out.
Yeah, get some ass, bro. Like you spent a lot of money, man. Get some ass.
If you didn't get none, you better work now because the music's helping you. Mm-hmm. But Sundays were the day where you could enjoy R&B for a full day and no one's tired and worn out and it's the end of the night because the sun's out. So people have energy, but you're listening to good R&B music. I'm an R&B head, so I like listening to R&B shit and being able to still be active and move around and talk to people. So that was my day.
And I used to give you mad Bryson Tiller too. Remember how big that was?
I'm still a big Bryson Tiller fan.
Do you remember how bad I used to hate on Bryson Tiller?
Bad.
I was like, this music's trash, bro. And then I heard it.
At that time,
I heard that Street Fighter beat.
At the time, though, and you talked about fucking, what was that? Not Rambo. Fucking, whatever song that was Bryson's trap song. Because at the time, you weren't into R&B like that. You didn't get into no R&B. And then Bryson came, and then you were like, oh shit.
I was gone. LMA, all kinds of stuff.
And I want to give these props to Bryson. Not just him, but he was a big forefront of trap R&B, which became a whole wave of shit.
That album was Trap Soul, or is that the one after?
Trap Soul.
Boy, he did it. I heard Timberland kind of had something to do with that. Did you hear about that?
He was responsible for getting him his deal, I think.
Yeah, and he didn't. And I heard he put a little money behind him.
Yeah. There was some situation where Timberland discovered him and was helping him out throughout the way. I don't think he signed to Timberland or anything like that. But I know Timberland's ex-wife. I don't know if they were married at the time, but they had a publishing company that there was probably some, but I don't know.
He helped, right?
Yeah,
he
for sure,
helped.
for sure. He was in that. But I'm saying all that to say that's why I fucking love Sundays, because it was just straight R&B shit. And if it was time to turn up, then we would get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like,
it all depends where we had to go. Like,
no.
Damn, like Kendrick Lamar was big back then too. Remember, like Damn albums and like
just came out.
Damn, that was a good time.
But I miss Saturdays. Mondays were fun though. But Saturdays would be second place just because it was just a fucking block party. The shit felt like a block party.
That's the best way to put it.
The shit felt like a block party.
It was a block party.
The courtyard's so big, and it was just like you never knew what you were gonna get, but you were pleased with whatever came up, and you were just talking to people. You were moving around. Like those were some fun ass times for sure.
You're right, bro. That was a block party. That's the best way to put it.
Block party. Saturdays at Congress were a block party.
Everyone's on stage.
It's time to get back. You know what I mean?
Bro, I'm nervous. I agree. Damn, what was the last question? What were we talking about?
You said you had 2 questions.
Yeah, I did.
I can't remember the first one. I just remember answering.
What was the first topic we were talking about?
We've been on this fucking subject for too long. Let's fucking move on. So
okay,
Drake. So Drake puts out a single, right, with SZA. As an R&B fan, I like it. It's not like crazy to me. SZA definitely fucking outdid Drake for sure.
She's on fire.
Because it was like, and I don't know if you heard the song, but SZA basically responds to Drake and everything Drake's saying by just pretty much saying like, yo, you fucking suck. And all that cuddling shit that you were talking about that you don't do, yeah, you do that shit with me. Like basically just punking Drake on his own song, but Drake tried to like dismiss it at the front of her verse by saying like, "Now I'm gonna let SZA talk to y'all," but it's interesting. But all that to say, Drake postpones his album. So the process to getting to a Drake album has been fucking annoying. Everyone's like, okay, well, he put out the cover art, but there's no date. Okay, well, he's announcing it's gonna come out this week. It didn't come out that week. So it's just like, and now we got a date, but now it's getting pushed back, which October 6th, you know, he's October's very own, and the 6th is his thing. So, like, we're for sure getting at that date, but it's just, like, annoying to have to play that game of, like, yo, we want the fucking album.
You think this is part of marketing?
For sure.
Like, so.
And you know who's really good at this?
Kanye.
Kanye.
The best. Kanye's the best marketer since Michael Jackson.
Kanye.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, you might be, but Michael Jackson was like, he's sleeping in a hyperbolic chamber with 3 monkeys, dead monkeys. And you're like, whoa. It'd be on the Inquirer, and you're like, yo, Michael Jackson's really tripping, bro.
Yo,
he died last week, and we bit all of that. And it was kind of like Kanye, you remember? Like, you don't hear from him unless he wants something from you.
And when it's time for Kanye to come out, it's either always cryptic or it's always dramatic.
Yeah.
It's either one of those. The cryptic shit where he did when, I can't remember what release it was, but he was posting all kinds of fucking like holographic images on big ass buildings like the Eiffel Tower, like fucking like Empire State Building, or fucking that's the Twin Towers that fell. Anyways.
But that's the pyramids.
The point is, like, he's always been like crazy with fucking marketing. So I think that Drake probably took a piece of the pie by Kanye always being like, yo, I'm dropping this time. Actually, no, we're dropping this time.
Yeah, gosh, it's chaos. A Kanye drop is chaos, bro.
It's chaos.
It gets to the point where you're like,
merch, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Merch is fire. Kanye merch is always fire. I don't know what it's going to be like now, but.
Yeah, no, for sure. A clear fucking memory I have is just like Life of Pablo.
Yeah.
That era was crazy.
Gosh, that was
because it was the merch, and then Yeezys had just came out with Adidas, and then fucking like it was a thing. It was all immersive, and
that was the first Yeezys, the tall ones, right? The booty ones, yeah.
The booty ones, the first versions of the 3, like the turtle doves and shit like that.
Oh yeah. Gosh, that was good times. And that's when Drake came out with Rolling Through the 6. Oh, that was a year after.
Yeah, or before.
Was it before?
Yeah.
Okay. But that merch was crazy. I remember going to Agenda and everyone was just orange shirts with black. Think about shirts, bro. Look at that.
That was a huge thing.
You see this shirt? Remember what this is from?
We'll play it on the screen.
What? I'm just looking at you, fool. I'm like, can you see me? Can you see me, cousin? Like, damn.
Yo.
You see that?
Yeah, I know what it's from.
What is it from?
It's from the fucking Skater video.
Okay. Well, I just wasn't sure, bro. Damn. I don't know if you know art sometimes.
Oh my God.
Who did your neck? Who messed your neck up?
My boy Henry. And he didn't fuck it up.
Henry?
He does the best work.
Henry be tearing my friends up.
Oh my God, bro.
Man, that's my good friend, man, but he be tearing my homies up. My friend Henry be tearing my friends.
This is why I feel like this podcast is gonna be fucking nothing but chaos, because we can't jump subjects without you.
My friend Henry, I love you, man, but you gotta quit messing up my homies. But Henry will be on stage tattooing, by the way. I love his work. He's great. But something about when he touches my friends, he be fucking them up. Show me it.
Did he drop the album?
So?
I'm trying to fucking segue this shit.
Okay, but did Henry mess you up?
No.
Okay.
Bro, this shit's fire to me. Anyways, did he drop the album?
Okay.
It's an R&B album. This is his first album in a really long time. I don't want to focus too much on the album because I just feel like it's kind of just like I didn't like it.
Are the DJs playing it?
R&B fan, no.
Is it on the radio?
No.
Then why are we talking about it?
It's Diddy.
Okay, then Diddy has something else more probably to talk about than the album that's not
But
making.
I don't think he was shooting for like radio hits though. Like I think this was strictly an R&B album for R&B listeners. That's what it felt like. But I don't.
Everyone says that. That's like saying I made a dinner tonight, but I didn't make it for my kids to like. I just made them for them to look at and smell. But they don't consume it. I made it just for them to like.
The point of me bringing this up
Okay.
is Diddy giving back publishing to bad boy artists.
Okay.
So we had talked about this, and this should, at first it's like, okay, so you look at Sony, you look at Universal, you look at fucking Interscope, you look at these big ass corporate labels, and you're like, yo, they would never make a move like this. Why would it make any sense for Bad Boy to make a move like this? Diddy's releasing an album, right?
Okay.
Bad Boys, I think it's like the 30-year anniversary or some shit like that, is this year. As well as there's just a lot, he's just trying to create a lot of press around that specifically.
It's marketing.
So it's marketing.
Genius.
But it didn't feel genuine. So I'm saying all that to say, I was reading up on this shit.
Okay.
Diddy was like, yo, I'm gonna give you back all your publishing. You get your fucking royalties back, you get everything back. But you gotta sign this NDA. And anything wrong I did to you, and any weird shit I did to you, and anything I did to you, you gotta sign that NDA.
Why do you gotta throw the weird in there? Why do you gotta throw the weird in there?
Because why the fuck would you need to sign an NDA?
Because if you're
giving publishing back.
Because if I'm giving publishing back to people that signed a contract saying that the publishing was never theirs, correct? It's not. Diddy don't owe them anything. Right?
See, but this is the thing. A lot of them have already came out bitching about their contract. So it's not like an NDA fighting like whether their contract was good or not. The NDA is covering up other shit. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, but why are they? So if you then fight for the other shit, because maybe you'll get the other shit, and you'll get the publishing, right? Well,
I say that to say a lot of them rejected it because they didn't want to sign that shit.
Well.
But another big part is obviously the fucking Bad Boy anniversary is coming up. I'm assuming there's going to be a reunion concert.
There has to be.
And so I think part of that contract is, yo, you need to fucking perform at this. No questions asked.
Yeah. But I think, because you can't have a Bad Boy reunion without Mace, right? You can't.
You can't.
And you can't have it without the Biggie hieroglyphic. What is that thing they do?
Yeah.
No, not Cameron.
I think Cameron was signed to Bad Boy. I'm pretty sure he was signed to Bad Boy.
Bro.
Was he not signed to Bad Boy?
No, he ain't Bad Boy. If anything, he was Def Jam. Remember, he was Def Jam president, I believe.
Anyways.
Yeah.
That was not my fucking time.
Yes.
But,
no,
but I just thought that shit was kind of weird. I don't know.
I'm just saying, if you are
it didn't feel genuine. It didn't feel like he was like...
Everything's this. Like, no offense, whether you're black, white, Latino, whatever, you're not giving money away. No matter. So why would he give money away without reaping something in return?
Yeah.
He's paying someone for something. You want your publishing back? You want to cry about this damn contract that you signed? Cool. Then you're not going to get to cry on the back end. You're not going to get to complain and talk shit about me after I hook you up.
And I get it. I think that he was probably looking at the numbers and saying, okay, Bad Boys numbers are bringing this in. How much would it take for them to do a reunion? How much would it take? Like, he was probably measuring costs and being like, it would make more sense to for me to have them sign a contract, and I give them back the publishing in return. But
it's a play it's a play that I don't understand, because what's different between Bad Boy and Sony? Why isn't Sony doing this to some people?
I don't know who Bad Boy's parent company is. I don't know if they have a parent company, but Diddy must have a heavy hand in just being like, yo, here's your fucking publishing back.
People crying.
Because a corporate label's not going to do that shit.
That's what I mean. And like, we're complaining about it. Like,
and you don't normally hear, and I don't know if it's just because hip hop culture is so gigantic, but you don't hear about shit like this in like country, or you'll hear it in pop for sure. But there's different places, but I just think that hip hop is such a big.
And let's be real, hip hop contracts are probably way more worse.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You when you think of the New Edition story and him going on tour for
De La Soul, like there's a bunch of them that have gone through horror stories.
You know, I think sometimes the hip hop culture comes from a little bit lower. So when you know that, you're able to get them for a lot cheaper.
And you know what's the crazy part? Hip hop coming from as low as it did to as gigantic as it is now, I want to talk about it being on the decline, because Ebro put out a tweet, and Ebro has worked his way up to being in Apple corporate headquarters. Whatever Apple conversations are happening, Apple Music, he has something to do with it, right?
Damn.
So he's saying that hip hop is on the decline as far as label investment. He's talking about Afro beats and reggaeton being at the top of the fucking food chain now. And it's crazy because artists are still getting fucked on hip hop fucking signings, and you're not even getting paid the most anymore. Like, yo, at this point, if you're a hip hop act, you might as well just like sign with some kind of distribution label and just be independent. Because there's no point of signing a major label anymore if you're the third priority on that label. Because they're going to put, if you're signed to whatever fucking, they're going to put Bad Bunny first. They're going to put Burna Boy first. They're going to put Wizkid first. They're going to put J Balvin first. Hip hop is no longer relevant besides Drake. Maybe J. Cole, Kendrick. Like, the people who are already established, they're good. They don't need to worry.
So if you're like a, what's that name, kid? Show me. Baby, let me put them panties to the side. Like, what's his career right now?
It's about Kid Ink.
Kid Ink. Yeah, what's Kid Ink's future right now?
Bro, I have not heard a Kid Ink song in years.
But what's...
He's done. But, I mean, that goes for a bunch of artists. A bunch of artists are Kid Inks. Roscoe Dash, fucking... who sang with Young Thug?
Is Gunna
Rich
done?
Homie Quan?
Is Gunna done?
Nope.
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 Yeah, he's fire.
Shit.
Now you coming out with an allegation and be like, yeah. I was like, damn, bro. You came out the gutter, bro.
You're like, yeah.
That
shit. That shit is hard. I'm not gonna lie.
So, I guess so. If you're,
but
you have to be established. There's no more. Putting money towards more.
If you're trying to be a hip hop artist and you're trying to release hip hop music, you better have some fucking crazy marketing scheme, because you're at the bottom of the food chain now.
Or you better, does that mean now you have to put your music under an Afrobeat or reggaeton beat? Say you're Chris Brown, because Chris Brown's going to be relevant no matter what. But like, he's been through all the phases. He's went through EDM, he's went through R&B. So now does he have to go to the Latin reggaeton sound and Afrobeat too to keep up?
You've seen it with a couple artists. You've seen it with French Montana.
Yeah.
And that was early on before it was a big thing.
Unforgettable, right?
Yep. You've seen it obviously
One
with
Dance.
Drake.
One Dance.
And Drake being on Mia with Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny being on Drake's new album. And, you know, like, there's so much just fusion inside of music right now that is linking them towards that's just going to be the new sound. Like, there's hip-hop has been consistently the same since 2016. And I think people are just like, okay, this is getting old.
It's not danceable as much.
It's not danceable anymore, and people want to fucking dance. And if you look back into time, every genre has been based on, yo, can I rock my head to it? Can I move to it? And you're just not into trap music. There's not much else to do besides that.
Yeah.
And females twerk. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean? I think people are trying to go back to dancing like that.
And that's what I think it is. So I mean, it's interesting though. It's interesting to see the switch, because now it's like America was held up on the pedestal, and now that shit's getting swept under them, and you're seeing, you know, Africa take a big leap in music, and Puerto Rico and Mexico and Colombia, like it's completely different. Yeah, even London's getting kind of like a big wave behind them too. Yeah, you're right. It's interesting.
I just think it all started. Is One Dance before Justin Bieber? Which song was first in terms of like?
Despacito? Mm-hmm. I think it was One Dance.
It was before Despacito?
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Yeah, probably right. But Despacito was with who was it? Daddy Yankee or Enrique?
Enrique Iglesias. Yeah.
So the fact that was like an upbeat song, was like 89 BPM.
And you can always see, just like hip hop, you can always see traces of the future in the past. Just like we saw, like, you know, like certain drum beats and James Brown shit that came out to be the biggest fucking shit on earth. So many people have sampled James Brown. Yeah. You're starting to see, in 2016, people were already working with international artists. And now that shit is at a different fucking level.
Bro, could you imagine, like, being like Daddy Yankee? You'd be like, man, I was just too early. He was like, I'm too early.
Because if Daddy Yankee would have came out with Gasolina now,
I think
that's already a giant hit.
But every DJ has to play Gasolina in their set now. So imagine if that shit came out now, bro.
Dude, that is nothing. I keep telling you, that's not the dance.
That's the dance, bro.
It's the gas pedal.
You're thinking gas pedal, grab the wall,
anyways,
make it like you.
Let's jump in. Yo, this is gonna be a mess, yo. All right, so let's jump into some fucking clothing shit. This is my favorite segment of this podcast.
How you feeling, man? You feel good?
Shit, about what? About potting? I like this shit. I love talking. And the thing was, we always did this shit. Like, we were always talking about shit for hours, and we'd be like, yo, we didn't record none of that.
Yeah, it's like you're new now. It's like you lost weight.
And just like the chemistry behind like the years of shit we've been through, it's like we're just natural at this shit.
I'm glad you're having fun.
So we have a lot of releases this week and collabs this week. Mm-hmm. So one of the releases this week is on September 15th. This is the Nike Nocta Glide Drake shoe. What do you think?
That's Drake's shoe?
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Nocta is his branch of Nike.
It is. But my thing that I'm seeing right now is that's a Jason Kidd shoe.
Oh, yeah. It looks like what is it?
The Zoom Flight, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a Jason Kidd shoe. The bottoms are exactly the same.
Yeah. I think there's inspiration for sure pulled everywhere.
I think they're trash, but that's just
You think they're trash?
Mm-hmm. It's like a mid/slash.
I think they're fire. And the all white ones,
because it's Drake. You're like,
the all white ones are fire. But I wear bulky shoes like this, so. Anyways.
You also wear Supers.
Moving on.
You wear Supers, bro.
Bro, I wore Supers in 2014 like everyone else did, all right?
Like Jason Derulo.
Air Jordan High. I think this is like a peach. I'm not sure the colorway for this. This is September 13th. Pass. Any Jordan 1 I'm done with. I'm just done with Jordan 1s.
I got this for my girl, actually.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. And because you could tell the leather was going to be 100% like good.
Yeah.
And so any Jordan like that has that leather I got. And then I gotta admit the shoelaces are kind of
the
floofy.
buttery leather?
Yeah, it's gotta get buttery. You gotta be buttery. Did you get what? You have a girl?
Yes, sir.
Did you get her these?
I'm off the market now, cuz.
Oh. Why didn't she come
No,
today?
she doesn't really wear shit like this.
Why didn't she come today? The forecast.
JR, we're not getting into that shit, all right?
Where's
All
Manny's
right.
girl? I want to like.
Nike,
we want to meet her.
Nike, a cold wall, and the TN98. I think anything a cold wall puts out, I think is fucking fire. I love. I'm not sure who the head designer is at a cold wall, or whoever the creative director is, but their shit is always fire and their marketing is always fire. So I co-sign this one.
My thing is just the creativity. I'm just tired of seeing things being remade. Like, I'm from the 90s. Like, that rings a bell.
I mean, everything's getting remade now, though.
I'm like, I'm more looking at the brother like, damn, man. Yeah, homie. My man is oiled up. I haven't seen a brother that shiny in a while. I need to get me some oils.
Anyways, I think that shit's fire. You got Undefeated and Converse Weapon. Yo, Undefeated, it's a wrap for you. I'm sorry, this is not it.
You know what shoes those are?
It's the weapons. That's what fucking Magic in them wore, right?
Yeah. Magic, Dr. J, and Larry Bird.
Yeah,
and
that should have been left in the fucking 80s. So that shit is not it.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those and customize those because mine don't fit no more. And I need those, actually. They're going to hurt your feet, but 140? It came out on my birthday, too, buddy. Ha, ha, ha. Gotcha. Got him.
Those shits are ugly as hell.
Yeah, they are
That's
ugly.
a fucking pass for me. All right, and that's it for sneakers.
Okay.
I want to talk about...
You out of all that time, you didn't put no fucking heat on the screen.
That's what came out this week. I'm not the
Man,
one putting out the fucking shoes.
Do some homework or something.
Anyways, the fucking...
Damn.
I want to talk about Supreme and them being on the decline.
Okay.
I feel like it's common knowledge that Supreme is just on the decline. With the things that came out with the creative director recently about the racism inside the company, about just like their numbers are continuing to decrease.
Racism?
Yeah.
Let me guess, there's sexism too. Of course there is. Bro, you're gonna be no nigga being the head president of Supreme.
That was and he talks about, like ever since they got signed to the parent company that this has been an issue. And he was saying even earlier on there was some issues, but regardless of that, I think that Supreme is trying to make a new soup with the same fucking ingredients. They're trying to do the same shit. It's like, yo, let's do a collab with the hottest artists. Let's do a collab with, whatever we can, and let's put out anything that is not supposed to be brandable. Like a fucking lamp or like some shit with Supreme on it.
But isn't that the tightest part of it?
I mean, no. Because that shit...
You're not going to Supreme to get like basketball shoes. You're going there to get the Air Force One drops. You're going there to get BBD.
But how long can you knock me over the head with a fucking box logo and a red version of something? Like, you can only make so much shit before you run out of an idea. Like, it was cool when they first did it. It was cool when I know you like this shit, but I think it's being a dead horse. Like, you've done the same thing for years.
Yeah, and I think like there's just some things that you get. Like, I'm sure the big wigs in the game, they're not out there getting just any drop. They're getting the drops with pinball machines and BMX and all the things that are like, man, what happens when they make Supreme turntables?
They put out fucking Supreme Clippers, and I wanted them, and now I'm looking back, I'm like, why the fuck would I buy a Supreme Clipper? It doesn't make no sense.
I got them.
You got a fucking Supreme unicycle too.
Man, anything is worth something, man, is worth something, man. Like, that's just the hustler in you. Like, if you like look at Supreme and there's some things out there that you don't want to buy because it's Supreme, like, you're not a hustler, man. I don't wear Supreme shit like that.
Yeah, but eventually Supreme is gonna get to the point where, yo, it's not a valuable brand anymore, and now you have a fire extinguisher and a unicycle that's gonna sell for half of the price that you got it.
I disagree. I mean, I doubt that the vintage stuff is cheap. I doubt that. I don't think it's dropping. I know it's probably just as rare. Like, these collectors aren't going anywhere. Cause things and all that. That shit ain't going nowhere, man.
Well,
that ain't crypto.
Supreme is known as the godfather of streetwear, right? Ever since the Louis Vuitton and Supreme collab, to me, it's been on the decline. But I say that because ever since that collaboration happened, more brands are coming out as luxury streetwear brands. So it's no longer about the printed tee anymore. It's no longer it's about putting out quality stuff that looks like streetwear, you know, i.e. like Palm Angels, like Rude, Gallery Department. Like, these brands are like luxury houses, but they're still falling under a streetwear guideline as far as like the pants they put out, the jeans.
They want to boost their revenue.
For sure, but I think that's the wave right now. And I don't feel like Supreme is as funny as it is for them to partner with Louis Vuitton, and they're not going back to luxury shit. They're just going back to the same shit they've done every year.
Yeah, but Louis Vuitton's not going to make a bike. They're not going to make a motorcycle. They're not making rafts. Like, you got to go to Supreme for what it is. Like, they're not that. Like, Coach, if anything, I'm like, Coach is hopping. Have you seen Coach's drops? With like Disney,
I know, and like they did like a Basquiat drop.
Exactly. So they're catching up. You know Maria? You remember Maria? She's like the manager over there.
Yeah.
She's always like Disney, like this. One time she was like draped with like 4 like bags and shit. I was like,
luxury brands and collaborations with other things are collaboration in general is what's happening.
Right now. And I can see that. If you're not collabing right now, you're probably not touching the youth. Like, you know, Market is probably doing it too. Do I really have to say Market now? That's crazy, huh?
Yeah. I mean, let's get into that. So, speaking of Market, or what used to be known as Chinatown Market, their new collection just dropped. I'm assuming it's on market.com. What do you think, and I know there's a lot of information about this already, but I haven't looked into it. What do you think are the factors that had to do with them cutting out the Chinatown part?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't think that many people were outraged by it being Chinatown.
I think you're not outraged because you're not Chinese. If it was Nigga Town Market, like, and somebody was making money off Nigga Town Market and there wasn't a nigga, you best believe, man, some ass is gonna get kicked. Like, I'm gonna make some money, man.
Oh my God.
How weird would it be if Nigga Town Market was ran by...
Yeah, but you're talking about Chinatown,
it don't matter.
City that Chinatown, it started in.
I agree, it's a great idea. But if
you're
not Chinese,
it being like a branch off of like things everyone loves, but like a little bit obscure, like it's kind of like bootleg and shit. I think that's a fucking great idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. But
and they've continued with some of it, but now it's kind of just like a clothing brand that's just kind of like, eh.
That looks like Sean's. You know how Sean always comes, Sean Witherspoon, how he comes off with like a lot of shit, like the wilderness
corduroy, like fucking like
they like look like
teddy bear fleece. We've seen this before.
Collab.
Yeah, we've seen this before.
Damn, they're doing good.
This was like the Zillionaire days when they did like a Market collab.
You know, remember I have that? You know what I have,
You
right?
do have that.
I have the first, what's that bag? Remember the little fruit bags they have?
There was a basketball, there was a bag, there was a bunch of shit from that collection that was pretty dope.
And I got Rob went and got it and we got first hand on it.
I'm assuming that this is like their kind of like comeback from that collaboration. I haven't seen anything Market or Guess since then, but...
It's pretty sick. That wolf looking over is pretty sick.
It does look dope.
That's just in time.
It does look like a play off of like the old shit with like a new cartoony twist. This feels like a fucking repeat of everything Stussy I've ever seen in my fucking life.
But that's what they do.
You can't.
But dog, what are you gonna do from there?
There's only so far you could go with a logo. That being Dover Street Market and a Stussy collab, and it's just like a fucking jacket that we've all seen. Everyone has this hoodie. We've seen this shit at Ross before. Like,
no, that's that good grade. That's that good grade sweater.
Oh my god! See, here you go defending some.
No,
fucking, But this is your bag. I get it.
I do like that.
There's no.
It's not too loud, and it's just keeping consistent with who they are. You don't see Stussy out there trying to make cowboy boots with leather pants.
But eventually you have to take some fucking risk as a brand.
I don't think so. I mean, I think their clientele is so like strong.
But you wouldn't want to grow your clientele? Like you wouldn't want to grow your...
Yeah, but I mean, they grow, but I could see how when you grow, you saturate your brand and then you lose control. They got it, man. I like it. I think that's a really good sweater. And just because I like it so much, I'm going to buy it and wear it on the next episode.
No, I'm so sure.
100%.
Right.
Like that's you could tell that's the heavy sweater though. You can admit that.
You could tell it's good quality, but it's like, bro, it looks like the same shit. That's on September 15th.
My thing is like, fuck, man, everything has market in it now. Huh?
Yeah.
Pop-up and market is like the big thing now.
Yeah.
Like, you could get a pop-up anywhere, but what's a pop-up? Dude, I've seen like Reese's Pieces pop-ups. I've seen lemonade stand pop-ups.
I feel like pop-ups is the new version of like trying to bring a brand down to human level. like doing pop-ups is like, oh, we're gonna go do a pop-up at this event and let them know like there's humans that represent us. Because some brands you only, M&M's, fucking Coca-Cola, shit like that, you only ever see the brand. You never see the people that are behind it. But
I guess when you say pop-up, you're like, ooh, the staff is gonna be working.
Yeah, because what if
they bought $100 a table.
Born and raised, LA Rams collection. I'm never a fan of when streetwear brands team up with like any team because it's just such a narrow field. And Niners spanked that ass the other day, so that's all I really care about.
Yeah, he's wearing the gray ones too. Dunks are done for me.
Dunks are done.
Have you seen that meme? They're like, what shoe do you not want to see a girl in?
Oh, everyone says pandas?
Everyone says pandas.
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. You just can't. I can't date a girl in pandas.
You can't, can you?
You can't.
Okay, would you rather date a girl in pandas or white Air Force Ones?
How do they look?
Ooh. I forgot about that, huh?
If a girl could...
If they're dirty Air Force Ones or clean pandas, which one?
I'm taking the dirty Air Forces.
Over clean pandas?
Because the pandas is just like, yo, you are a fucking soulless human.
But you also know, pandas when they first came out, black and white shoe, bro. Like, you love black and white. Black and white is a method for success no matter where it is. Okay, yes.
But Nike did so much fucking restocking that it was disgusting, and now everyone owns the shoe. So it's no longer desirable. It's the same thing as the Vans. The classic Vans with the little swoosh.
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
You got every basic
Pass.
being like panda.
Pass.
I even think Maria gave up her pandas for some Coach.
Shit, I'm sure she would. Shit. Mm-hmm. She's a sneakerhead. I don't think she keeps those around.
Yeah, I saw her selling them. She's like, pandas 85. I was like, girl,
we're gonna have to blur that part out.
You were taking advantage of somebody.
Levi's and denim tiers. Not a fan of this. It looks like Last Kings.
It looks like Levi wasn't making enough money off of their vintage jackets. That obviously their vests that go hard all the time. They're like, what if we retro them? That's pretty genius.
Yeah. Palace and Carhartt. I have never been a fan of Carhartt.
I just remember to be cards.
But and I like it in the way of like, yo, skaters wear the fuck out of Carhartt.
Skaters also wear the shit out of Dickies. I don't mean you go. To me,
it's a pass for me.
If I see a girl at the coffee shop wearing a Carhartt, I'm like, where's the pandas at?
No, that's facts though. That's a blend. Yes. That's a blend.
Yes.
That's a blend.
So.
So recently, Balmain was robbed of their runway show clothing, and they talked about this. They spoke about what a terrible world we live in, where this has to be an option for people. And the first thing I thought in my brain, the last place I would fucking steal from is a fucking Paris runway show, because they be wearing the most wild shit. Why the fuck would I ever steal some shit that would, like, I'm sure
they would incriminate you.
Yeah.
Like, where'd you get this hot dog bun? Yeah. Like, damn, man, that's the Balmain, bro. Like,
yeah.
No, I need this. Yeah.
And, yo, it's just like, stealing that is like you could have had better chances of reselling some shit if you went to the Balmain store and stole that shit. Mm-hmm. You stole from the runway show where they got noodle sleeves and weird shit like.
Well,
weird.
Don't say what you're gonna say, but you're thinking it, huh?
What am I thinking?
You're thinking that they made it up. Really?
I wasn't thinking that.
Oh, I thought that's what you're going with, y'all. Yo, who's gonna really do that? Who's gonna steal that? Because my thing goes to this. One, it's competition stealing their shit, being like, yo, they're about to outdo us, or it's them being like, man, we'll get this clout by saying we got our shit stole. You know?
That's a good way to get your fucking name into the blogs.
It's in the blogs, ain't it?
Yeah.
Like you're now the victim, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're the victim now. Like, oh shit, man, my shit was stolen. We would have whooped y'all ass. That shit. That hot dog on the runway, homie, it was gonna be gone.
Yeah, you seen the video of the dude that like puts on a trash bag and like a construction hat and runs on or goes on the runway show?
And what were they probably like? Wow.
Some of the people were like confused at like is this like a serious thing? Because I don't think it was one of those shows that was like outlandish. It was kind of just like the regular fall winter collection. But yeah, he got fucking tackled real quick.
You know what we should do? We should put on a fashion show. It's like art, but not over the top. And I know that's...
I've been thinking about that shit for a while.
And by over the top, I mean, I get lost. Like, I'm never going to be in Paris, and I'm never going to be walking around in hot dog buns, because that's just not me. Yeah, I'm not saying I have this fashion sense, but I would like to go there and be like, cool, that's a good jacket I'd like to see.
Yeah.
And not go to a gym there and be like,
Yeah.
Because I just feel like it's either streetwear where you're trying to buy a screen printed tee on like a black shirt, and like, that's coming next year, homie. Yeah. Or you're in a hot dog bun. Like, what about us in the middle? Like, dog, I like polo shirts.
Yeah.
I'm more of that guy.
Yeah.
And I like to look clean.
No, I like
the
experimental fit of certain things. Like lately, like my shit has been like flare pants and cropped just enough to where it's like
y'all
over
call
my
flare
shit.
Pants? We call them bell bottoms, just so you know.
I'm not saying I'm wearing no bell bottoms.
Yeah, I don't care what you say. I mean, if they go down and they flare, nigga, that's belly.
Yo.
And it's at the bottom.
I've never in my life saying, yo, like, let me go put on my bell. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I can make up a bunch of analogies of what people aren't saying, but what they are doing. Like, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Oh, fuck.
And if you're wearing pants and they flare at the bottom, someone could be like, yo, those are some cool bell bottoms.
Bro, if someone tells me I have nice bell bottoms on, it's a wrap. That's like someone wearing like this size shirt and be like, yo, nice crop top. Someone's gotta get smacked.
Let's see, stand up.
This is not a fucking crop top.
Bro, you cut the shirt, homie.
Yeah, but it's not a crop top,
you
though.
Cropped it.
But it's not a crop top.
If you got up and your shirt is cut...
This is not a crop top.
At a little bit above your waist.
It's not a little bit, it's below my waist.
A little bit above your belly button, below your belly button.
No, see, a crop top is above your belly button. Don't try to play me like that.
Bro, that's a bare midriff, bro.
This has been a great episode.
I started talking about...
Great first episode. I'm out of here. This is a wrap for me.
My man is wearing crop shirts.
Hey, listen, man. Minorities versus Priorities podcast, episode 1 or pilot. We don't fucking know yet.
Tune in, bro. Like,
tune in next week.
Let me know, honestly.
And you'll hear the same bullshit from JR's mouth again.
Let me know if you think my man is wearing a crop tee. Chime in.
We're done. We're done here.
You know what's funny? I didn't wear no underwear. I didn't wear no drawers.